See what we got there. Montgomery, ERA, winning percentage, wins. Helsley in saves, and Miles Michaelis in WAR. Edman, stolen bases. Pretty awesome. But we're just going to cruise through these as well. Batting average, see a pretty close race decided by 1 point. Hits, got two Phillies up there, Bohm and Mr. Turner, amongst other guys you expect, like a Freddie Freeman, like a Machado. Christian Walker, Gurriel Jr., adding, big reason why the D-backs make the playoffs. Doubles, Turner. Good list of players there. Triples, Garrett Mitchell, see Tommy Edman, tied for third there with 9. Home runs, Carp, probably the lowest he's been on the home run leaderboard for a while, tied for third. Matches Tatis. Going down a little bit, you see Arenado tied for 11th. But this is what makes the Phillies scary. You got Realmuto and Mullins lurking there. While you got guys like Schwarber, Harper, both missed time over the course of the season. Runs batted in, Tatis. 7 players finished with over 100. Just to note, the Cardinals did not have any player finish with 100, now even 90. 87 is the most by Arenado. Stolen bases, the first time I've ever led the league in stolen bases or had this many. Edman with 42. Base on balls, pretty sure we have no one up here. But Soto leading in that probably comes as a surprise to no one. Yeah, going down with the Cardinals, top 50, don't see one. Tatis slugging, number 1. Oof. Even with all the home runs, you've got Carp at 18. Arenado at 26. Pitching wise, Montgomery 20. Cardinals littering the board with this. Pitching is what carried us into the playoffs this year anyway. See Zach Wheeler third. Waino and Miles also with 18. So 4/5, conveniently our entire playoff rotation had no fewer than 18 wins. That's pretty insane. Saves, Helsley number 1, Hader was 2. We got to see Hader a lot down the stretch because he closed us out a couple of times. ERA, sub 2 ERA, Jordan. U, 2.17, Miles, 3rd. Flaherty, 7th. Waino, 9th. Huh, interesting. 5 shutouts by Wheeler and Miles. Impressive. Strikeouts, Green led the way. The highest I've been on the leaderboard playing on legend pitching. Miles 5th with 202, so breaking 200. Nice to see that. A lot of familiar names on here. Complete game. Wheeler and Miles with 7 apiece. Easily pacing the National League. Most innings pitched, Darvish, Wheeler, then Montgomery. We go down a bit. Fewest walks, Wainwright. Whip, Monty actually fell off, so Darvish led the league in whip. Miles second, 0.94. This is crazy. 4 pitchers with a sub 1 whip. And then pitching WAR, Miles 7.2. Jordan 7.0. Nasty. Batting, Realmuto, Machado. Some familiar faces there. Won't see any Cardinals on this list. American League, Trout. Wins by 7. Hits, Bo Bichette close to 200, but not quite. Sizable gap over the others. Player X and Marcus Semien tied for the league lead in doubles with 45. Jimenez, sure everyone remembers where he came from, 44. Trout, 41. Doing a lot of everything. Semien leading the league in triples. Home runs, like I said, Trout, triple crown. 11 over J-Ram, Otani, who missed the month, 6th with 35. Might have been able to win the division more comfortably had he been healthy. Trout, 17, clearing everyone and runs batted in. Stolen bases, Bubba Thompson, 33. J-Ram, 27, so a little bit of everything. Judge with the most walks, tied with Trout. Stanton walked 86 times. It's interesting. Kwan, 79. Very interesting. Curious why Kwan got so many. Probably working a count, I'd imagine. Stanton getting that many. Interesting. Slugging, of course, Trout led the league in home runs. Had a lot of doubles, too, so no surprise. OPS, 1153. Wins. 3 Yankees, 2 Guardians, and not the Guardians you probably expect. Manoah for Toronto, 16. Again, Otani missed a month, and he's tied for 4th with 16. Saves, Clase with 53, Jimmy with 50, so they both clear that number. ERA, Shane, 2.37, so a couple of guys sub 2.5. Some Yankees on there, of course DeGrom on there. Cole, Manoah, 5 shutouts apiece. Strikeouts, Jacob, he is what he is. You guys know he's great. Also pitched the most innings. Shane was second with 220. Closer there. Whip, sub 1. Shane. So he tied you for the MLB lead in whip at .92. Very impressive. Tyler Anderson down there with Otani. I see that. It's also impressive. Rodon and DeGrom, AL leaders in pitching war. And of course, Trout, 11.6. Good Lord. Trout is Trout. Last thing we'll look at will be the Cardinals. We'll actually start with the pitching because that tends to be what I care the most about, given the way things happen this season. Adam Wainwright, massive drop off, of course. He's hit the cliff. He's 41. He's going to drop anyway, but he's really dropped off. You can see, though, great final season for him. Clips his 200 wins, 18-6 on the year, just shy of 200 innings pitched, so still bringing it as a workhorse. ERA of 2.76, a whip of 1.02. For Miles, I wish that we could look month by month. He had a kind of, I don't want to say a bad start to the season, but definitely a B plus start to the season. But he just was insane. Once August rolled around, he finishes 18-7, almost 210 innings pitched, a whip of .94, 2.19 ERA, 202 strikeouts. If he had pitched like this the whole season, he easily would have got over 20 wins and would have ran away with the Cy Young. What else we want to look at here? Helsley, an important piece to the Cardinals too. Blew a save on the first game of the season. Ended up saving almost 40 games in a row before blowing his final save of the season. Only 2 on the year, 58 out of 60 in save attempts, 1-3 on the year record-wise, ERA of .86, .67 whip, 91 Ks. Extremely dominant. Trevino, a cause for concern, made the move for him at the deadline, happy to have him. And things started out well, and then he just kind of fell apart. So he started out 3-0, had some holds, and then he just started getting hit really hard. So over 24 innings, he gave up 17 runs, ERA is 6.2, a whip of 1.22. I don't know if he'll recover or reset himself for the playoffs. I doubt that he gets a lot of PT. We'll see. And I'm not even looking at Steven Matz. I'm not dignifying that. All right. Position players. Arenado leads the team in hits. Second in home runs to Carp. 2 other players with over 20. Love to see that. Runs batted in. No one breaks the triple digits, but Arenado and Carp easily lead the way. Goldie had a really tough stretch going into the All-Star break, but he had a good second half of the season to kind of recover. ERA average is still not great at 231, but we will manage. Donovan flirted with 300 for a while, ends up at 280. Arenado 265. Edman, another guy that struggled early in the low 230s, high 220s, and he really got going, got it up to 251, was able to be a consistent contributor in the lineup. Once we moved him to second, kind of unlocked Donovan and Edman, and just the lineup was better as a whole. Will Myers 243, happy to go make the move for him. Very productive for us, especially against lefties. But overall finishes with 22 doubles, 9 home runs, 41 runs driven in. Remember, he drove in 5 in his first game as a Cardinal. Not bad numbers for him, and definitely an addition we were happy to have. OBP, there's your highest. Brendan Donovan, no shock. Slugging, Carp, Arenado, of course, they're the highest OPS. Walks, Goldie almost with 50. Ks, good lord. Tyler O'Neill running away with it. Carp trying to keep up. 179. O'Neill over 200 Ks. Far cry from some of these other guys. Yikes. To be fair, Gorman would have been higher had he had more at-bats. He had 94, but he didn't have nearly as many at-bats as some of these other guys had. Yikes. Carp, another guy that's kind of falling off, but much props, much respect to him. As we near his swan song, you see 38 home runs, 86 runs driven in. Carp still doing what Carp does, hitting bombs. Don't understand why, he just does. Happy to have him for it.